Kelly the Roman Warrior, Part 2, The Plauges of Gaul. Chapter 1, Salandoris' Arrival. It was 10 year at for Kelly the Roman Warrior, Part 1, and Kells was back in Roman with the Caesar. She had rescued him from the Godzilla and Drac Amy of Sauron. The Caesar had gotten old, and so now he hard made Kells be new Caesar of Roman, but he was jelping her to run the county, and there was Aslo Dracocla, who hard moved in with them, and he was the Roman general who ran all of te armies. Elcus now had gotten huge Gochust Altiners, and he was very strong, and Kells also had the Balde of Ethnina to give her the power. One day, Kells was sitting on the throne of Romian, and Draculca was sitting next to her as well. Her father had gone to a meeting for Kelly while she talked to the people at Roman. Kells had taken to a few peasant about their farms and other stuff, and suddenly, in through the door there came a mysterious figure. It was an old-looking man, and he was dressed in a old brown cloak and a hood, and in his hands was a wall-king stick made from a piece of old wood. "Welcome," said Kells. "Are you here to speak to me?" "Yes, I am. I have come very far," said the man mysteriously. "Ark, what do you want?" "I come from a far-off land, hundred of miles away from this palsy. My people have been stricken by a evil sickness. It is rampaging through our land, as we cannot stop it. So I have come to Roman for the help." Said Kells. "Dracula, what do you think of this man?" And so Dracula look at man. "I think we should help. Meninchian Darukal, if there is a bad palgu, we don't want this on the Roman lands if it will kill all the people, do we?" "No, that is Ture," replied Kells. "Ark, mister, you are man. We will help you. My father can take over Roman while I am gone. What is your name?" "My name is called Salandoros. I can lead you to my lands," the old man said. "Ark, I will meet you back in few days. I need to get my team back together." "That is good plan," replied Sanaldorius, and so Kelly and Dracula got up and went to get the rest of team back. Chapter 2, An Old Fire End. Kells went and got Elcus out of his stable and said, "Hello, Elcus, we have got a new Kujust. There is an evil sickness, and we need to investigate it." "As you say, my lady, I will come with you on quest." "Thank you, Elcus. Yous will be of great help. Now come with me. We need to go and look for Tutankhamun and see if can come with us." And so Kells gotten on to Elcus and rode off to the Deseret for Tutankhamun's temple. She stops off at Roman for finding Dracula, and he also came to. After a few hours of traveling, they had made it to the desert temple of Tutankhamun and his mine as well, where Kelly had killed Balrog. Now it was back working again and had a lot miners in there, and Kells knocked on Tutankhamun's door, but he did not answer. "Mayube, he is inside mine," mentioned Dracula. "Yes," agreed Kelly, and so then did on go inside the mine. Inside was torches flickering on the walls and a lot of stone walls, and inside the stone walls was gold, for what Tutankhamun and his miners had been mining out of stone. In the big chamber in the mid-dell they found Tutankhamun, and Kells went and shook his hand. "Hello again, Tutankhamun. How have you been?" "Very well, thanks you, Kelly. My mine is making a lot of gold. How has you and the Caesar been?" Good, but earlier a mysterious man came to Rome and he was talking about a drac plague that is infested the land. Will you come and help us? Of course, Riley, Tutankhamun, and Kells nodded. Thank you. Maybe we need one more to come with us. 3 might not be enough, said Dracula. Ark, said Kells. We will hold a tournament in Roman, and whoever can beat me and Elkis in a fight can join our team. Good idea, shouted Tutankhamun, and so they all heads back to Roman. Chapter 3, Kells Tournament. Back in Roman, Kells went and put out a notice onto the news board, and it said, special tournament to be held in the Colosseum tomorrow morning. The winner will get 100 Roman dollars, and Aslo get a chance to come on a quest with the Caesar Kelly. That will get many people to come, said Tuntekshan. But will any of them have the strength? Mentioned Dracula. I hope so, replied Kells, and so they waited until tomorrow for the tournament. In the morning, Kelly and Dracula and Tutankhamun all went to Colosseum, and at the Colosseum was a lot of people who had read the notice. Ark! Shouted Kells. All of the competitors will fight in the tournament, and the winner will battle against me and my friend Elkis. If they wins, they will get to join me on an important quest. And the crowd cheered at Kelly. Whoever spill first blood wins battle. And so the battles began. First up was a battle between a Minotaur, who had turned good, versus a massive barbarian with 2 massive axes in his hands and a 3rd even bigger axe on his back. The Minotaur charged the barbarian, and he swung his axe down hard onto the Minotaur, but he deflected it with his horn, and then he did a horn slice onto the barbarian's body, but the barbarian blocks with axe and used his 2nd axe to smash it into the Minotaur, and he had got the first blood, so he won. The second battle was Elrond, former Lord of the Rings, and he was against Spider-Man. And so Elrond ran at Spider-Man with his sword and swung the sword at Spider. But he fires his web guns, and the spooder webs stuck around Elrond's sword baldy and stickied it. And so Elrond shouted in anger and flung his sword onto the ground and pulled out an elven knife from his belt and tries to cut Spider-Man. And Spider-Man was dodging the knife, and then Spider-Man tried to do a kick on Elrond to trip him up. But Elrond, he had the speed, and he leapt out of way, and instead Spider-Man kicked onto the edge of the Colosseum. And so Elrond quickly cut him on the body with a knife, so some blood spill, and he had got the first blood. So he won. Chapter 4, Colosseum Calamity. The 3 battle was a fight between Boadicea, who had come all the way from England for the tournament, and she had a spear and small shield. She was going versus a lizard man, who had a big stone club and a bow and arrows made from bone. The lizard man made the first move, and he put an arrow onto his bow and aimed onto Boadicea, and she shouted, "Not too fast, filthy lizard man," and took her spear and knocked the arrow out of air. Hiss! The lizard man spat. Wow, she's good, mentioned Dracula. Yes, she is. Maybe she will even be able to beat Kells, relied Tutankhamun. Then he, lizard man, tried to use his stone club to smash Boudicca, but she blocked with her shield and thrust her spear at lizard man, and he was stabbed, and some green lizard blood spilled out onto floor, and she had won. The last battle of round 1 was a man in a bulk cloak and hood, and this man was versus Sirius Black from Harry Potter, and so they both stepped into the Colosseum for fighting. Sirius Black took out a wand, but suddenly the man in black cloak tore off his cloak, and underneath it was Eddard Cullen. His body looked half like a ghost, and on his head was a red tattoo of an evil eye. Ha ha ha! Laughed the Cullen loudly. I managed to enter your pathetic tournament, Kills, and now I will destroy it. And you. And out of his cloak he pulls a bomb. Oh no! Edward, not you again. I thought we kill you in part 1, shouted Dracula angrily. Ha ha! You now nothing, said Edward, and then he lit the bomb on fire. Kells tries to pull out Sword of Athnina and get the Holy Golden of Ninja Wings, but it wouldn't be fast enough. The bomb was going to explode. But then quickly, Sirius Blalke shouted, Bombuus Diffusius, and the fire on bomb went it out. And then Kelly got the wings and spoke in the Athena Kells voice, I will kill you this time, you dod. But he turns into a half-ghost bat and laughed, ha ha, this is only the beginning, and flew away into the sky before Kells cold catch him. This must be worse than we thought, my lady, mentioned Ilkis. Yes, it must, relied Dracula. We must find a new ally in this tournament as quickly as possible. Chapter 5, The Road to Gaul. Och, brave warriors, it looks like this is a worser than we thought, said Kells, and Dracula continued, yes it is. We have decided that any of the 4 winners will get 100 Roman dollars, and can come and join me and Kells and Tutanskamu on Quest. And the crowd cheered. I will aid you, said Boudica. I will as well, mentioned Sirius Black. Me too. You're going to need all the help you can get, said Elrod, and then Minotaur yellowed, I will come too! And so Kells led them all back to Salandoris. Okay, my team is ready for the mission, said Kells to Salandoris, and he whispered mysteriously, okay, my friends, follow me and be prepared. The roads to my homeland can be very dangerous. We are very strong, we aren't sacred, relied Kelly. Och, but still be safe. And so they set off. Kells was ride Elkis, Boudica had her chariot, Cracula turns into a bat and fly next to the team, Elrond had his horse, Tutankhamun Flute on a whirlwind made of sand, Sirius got a whiz-rad broomsticky, and the Minotaur didn't need to ride anything because he was very big and his legs was long enough to keep up. They walked for hours and hours. As they traveled, Kelly was talked to Sanaldorius. So where is this land we are going to? It is a faraway land called Gaul. I now a town of strong warrior. We will camp at when we arrive, and there they can tell you about the plague and what we know so far. Look! As they rided on through the lands of Roman and gets closer and closer to Gaul, the farmlands were starting to get a bit black and brown and some disease on it. Oh no, the plague is spreading, shouted Slandorius. Faster! And so they all started to charge as quick as possible to the town in Gaul.
There really is something just so nice and comforting and nostalgic about these weird old fanfics, isn't there? It really is a time capsule of the early 2000s, and I truly believe that King Arthur II was one of the absolute masters of this form. I want to thank everybody whose names are on the screen right now for making this exhibit, this trip down memory lane possible, especially Michael Fattori, Zanazira, Break System BSE, and Zachary Snowden-Smith. I really am grateful for the level of support from all of you guys. It really is just an amazing feeling. Also, if you haven't already checked out my other channel, I will say this though. Now is a great time to get on that because we've got a new video up over there. Me and my friend Jimmy, we are debating who was the best Doctor Who. It's a tier listing video ranking all the Doctor Who's, ranked only by how cool the actor's name is. You don't want to miss out on that exciting and mentally stimulating conversation. But in the meantime, thank you for watching this video, and thank you as always for being you.